Order at 6:01. Could we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? And thank you. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and then we'll do a roll call. Vice Chair Christine Lattistrake, I am here.
Or the clerk can
I
do
do
it
the
for you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
so
fine.
sorry.
You're fine. Vice Chair Christine Lattistrake.
Here.
Patrice Campbell has an excused absence. Member Melvin Welch has resigned. Member Don Snell. Here. Member John DeLulo has an unexcused absence. Member Jaleesa Collins.
Here.
Member Caroline Roddy.
Here.
Member James Axelson has an unexcused absence. And Mitchell Mitski.
That's who's in the
is here
restroom.
somewhere. Yes, he's in the restroom.
Mhm. Okay, we have a quorum. And then I just announced opening business, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
we're going to go to
opening business.
and our approval in minutes.
Okay. It will be approval of minutes from last month's meeting, which I think were attached for everybody.
So you just need a motion to approve
Yeah, I get a motion to approve, please.
Motion to approve.
Okay,
in a second.
and the second.
Second that. Second motion. Oh.
Okay, give me just one moment. Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Anyone? Okay, motion passes. Okay, and then we have new business.
So you're going to do handyman first?
Correct. Yeah.
Good evening, members of the board. Stephanie Streeter, Senior Planner with Community Development. Tonight, I'm presenting COA 25-00007, Handyman Hardware. They're doing exterior modifications. So they are located within the Central Business District, CBD1. The year built was 1914. Their proposed scope of work is a replacement of a metal door on the south elevation with an aluminum storefront door. Installation of aluminum storefronts on east and west elevations to infill the original garage bay openings. Installation of an awning on the southeast corner of the building and roof replacement with exterior insulation. So we're going to go more in depth about this scope. So this is the overall building on the east and south elevations. The roof replacement, including the exterior insulation, is appropriate as what they're replacing is not visible from the street. Staff has added conditions to ensure that any modifications they make to the roof will not affect any of that visible roofing that you see here. All of the insulation, all the roofing is behind it. So this is the south elevation as it exists. So there is a door here that they are going to replace, and I'll show the proposed scope of work next. So this is the proposed scope of work. It is replacing the existing door, and it is appropriate as it does not modify the original dimensions. The applicant has confirmed that they will have the original artist who painted this mural repaint the front of that door. So they're not getting rid of the mural. They're only replacing that one part on the door and then repainting it. And again, the mural is not historic, so it is not a part of this review for approval. So we're going to go through a couple of the elevations and I'll go further. So this is the existing east elevation with that garage bay window. And this is the proposed with that aluminum storefront. This is the north elevation, again with the existing garage bay windows. And this is the proposed aluminum storefront. So the installation of the aluminum storefronts on the east and north elevations are appropriate, as these locations were originally drive-through bays for Coble's Garage, which existed back in 1914. Since it no longer functions as a garage, it makes more sense and is appropriate to allow them that aluminum storefront. The storefront systems will infill existing original openings without modification, and the original dimensions of the openings will be maintained. We have added a condition to ensure that they will not add any additional framing or alterations that would affect those original dimensions. So the installation of the awning is appropriate as it's easily removable and actually reintroduces an awning element in a historically appropriate location. It's not going to damage this facade of the building. It can be easily removed. It is a, I believe, aluminum frame and a fabric awning. And just so that you can see the photographic evidence, this was Cobal's garage as it existed, and there was that awning that was here. So it is a historically accurate location for the awning, just in a different style. So staff is recommending approval of COA 25-00007 with the following conditions. The dimensions of the original garage bay opening shall be maintained. Storefront systems and doors shall infill the existing openings without modification, and no additional framing or alteration should be made that would reduce or alter the size of the openings. This, of course, will also be confirmed at building permit. No exterior features related to the roof shall be visible from the street. So again, they can only do what they propose behind that parapet. And the HPP requested action is approval of COA 25-00007 with the conditions stated by staff. And staff and the applicant are both available for any questions.
Okay, thank you. Would the applicants like to come out and speak? Just come to the podium.
She said it all, but yeah. Good evening.
Good
So truly, there's no much to say. Basically,
Sir, can you just give us your name and
I'm
address?
sorry. My name is Gus Mendoza, and I'm the contractor. I work in restorations planning, and in this particular building, we're just doing anything, just keeping the original, door openings. We're just changing doors that they're not even. I mean, this is like a regular garage door in a nice building, and we're just gonna turn it into a storefront, make it look nicer and more appropriate for, people to come in and out. But basically, the building it's staying the same. And the awning, actually, we found that picture from 1914, and we tried to duplicate it with new materials, but it's the same, about the same size and the same style. That's what we're looking here. Other than that, that's it. She said it all, like I said.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any comments or concerns or? Nope. No? Does anybody want to make a motion? No? I mean, I'll go ahead then. You go ahead.
I'll motion to approve
Okay.
with the conditions.
Okay. I'll second that motion with conditions. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Anybody opposing? Nope. Okay, motion passes.
Easiest one yet.
That is the easiest one yet.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mhm. Just out of curiosity, I hate to do it. I'm so sorry you went that far. You know the building with the mural on it with the front door? Can you go back to that one for a minute? I just wanted to see something. Okay. Yeah. So is it Jules? Does anybody know if it's Jules Davidson that did the mural? I'm just curious.
It's a lady, but Janet.
Juliana.
Juliana.
Yeah,
Oh,
Juliana Davidson Ross. Okay, just curious.
We already contacted her, and we're gonna replace the door for a better door, but she's gonna
Awesome.
make sure that we
Very cool.
repaint it in the new door.
Okay, I like it. That's why I was, thank you. Awesome. Okay, and then we have to wait for the other. No?
You can proceed. So
Oh, we can?
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, hang on 1 second. I'm just taking my notes. Okay, and then so our next one would be 1122 New York Avenue.
Good evening, Stephanie Streeter, Senior Planner with Community Development. So tonight I'm presenting COA 24-00022, 1122 New York Avenue, and they're proposing exterior facade modifications. So they are located in the Central Business District. And the year that this particular building was built is 1914. I'll go into further details about some different dates that occurred with this building because the original structure was 1912. It was reconstructed as is in 1914, and that is relevant to the rest of the scope. So the proposed scope of work on the east elevation is removing existing canopy for reuse, removal and replacement of the existing stucco, removal and replacement of the second-story windows. The wooden storefronts will be cleaned and repainted, and modifications to the existing doors and transom windows. The proposed scope of work on the south elevation is removing and replacing the second-story windows, installing new stucco with a sand finish, removing the AC unit and creating window openings, removing the existing window behind a building's gable peak, removing existing signage and frame, and constructing a new 2-foot by 6-foot wood frame awning over the AC equipment. So this is the existing drawing that the contractor provided with us of what the existing conditions are. So this is the east elevation. As you can see, they provided the dimensions for the windows. Here's the existing canopy that will be replaced. These are the original storefronts that will be cleaned and painted. The specific ones that you'll see are the stucco here that exists that they want to remove and replace, and also the major modification of this door. So as the door exists at this time, it's not flush with these doors or this storefront here, and it poses a safety hazard. But again, we'll go further into those. So the removal and the reinstallation of the existing canopy is appropriate and ensures that this feature is replaced after the painting is complete. The replacement of the 8 second-story aluminum windows is appropriate as the original openings, paired window groupings, and mullion separations remain consistent with the building's historic design. So he did provide in your packet showing that he's still doing aluminum windows with the same 1/1. And the proposed modifications to the ground floor doors to create a uniform opening sizes and transom windows are appropriate. As I stated, the existing right side door is too high and presents a safety hazard when entering and exiting. Lowering the door opening to match the left side door improves safety while still maintaining the historic storefront configuration. So I'll go back just so you can see this is the proposed. Here you see that door is flush with the other storefronts. And this is as it exists right now. So this is the original structure that existed in 1912 before the reconstruction that combined both of the buildings in 1914. Based on this photo, we can see this was a brick texture. When those two buildings were reconstructed and combined, that heavy texture stucco was actually original to the 1914 building. Which brings me to say that the replacement of the existing stucco is not recommended. The existing heavy textured stucco is historically appropriated and is documented as part of the building's original construction. You can even see the seam here that was put in between those two buildings. The proposed sand texture stucco finish is actually a modern application that would obscure the historic finish. So staff recommends that the existing stucco should be cleaned, repaired, and painted rather than replaced. The existing ground floor wooden storefronts are in excellent condition and will be retained, which is appropriate. The proposed color scheme is in your packet, but it's the similar colors, black, white, gold. Now the south elevation, here you can see the signage that they wish to remove and the windows. All of the proposed modifications for the south elevation are appropriate. The new windows, the applicant stains, will have a wood grain texture. However, they have not provided any proposed actual what they're going to be replacing it with. So we included it in the scope of work to allow them to remove the existing windows as that would trigger the major review. And we've added a condition that once they do have the product approval, that they can get a certificate of appropriateness at staff level rather than have to come back before the board and delay that project. The window behind the gable cannot be seen and is unusable, so it is appropriate to remove it. There's a window right here that can't be seen. And they will be replacing some of the AC units. They'll be adding another window and creating a small little awning to support this bottom one. The signs are not historic, so they may be removed. And in this case, the sand finish stucco is appropriate on this end because according to standard number 9, new work must be differentiated from the old. If we allow them to do heavy texture stucco on this side, we would be creating a false sense of history because the heavy texture stucco did not exist on this side of the facade. So a sand texture finish is appropriate and does differentiate it from the old as required by standard number 9. So with that, staff recommends approval of COA 24-0022 with the following conditions. The existing stucco finish on the east elevation should be retained rather than replaced. Heavy texture stucco is historically appropriate. Existing stucco should be cleaned, repaired, and painted rather than replaced. And the proposed second floor window replacement on the south elevation will require a staff review to verify final design and material selection. So HPP requested action is approval of COA 24-00022 with the conditions stated by staff. And staff is available for any questions. We did provide them the conditions. They did not contest to any of the conditions that we provided. I did conduct site visits, so I can answer any questions you might have.
Did I? Okay, so you said, maybe I heard you wrong.
Mhm.
They're taking down the signs that are on the side of the building, on the south side of the building.
Correct.
And you said they have not determined what they're going to replace them with yet, correct?
Correct. So they do at this time, they don't have intention to replace the signs, which they don't have to. The signs are not historic.
Because they're already on the awnings anyway. It tells you which business is there. Okay, so
Correct.
they're not requesting to replace those then?
No.
I
Okay.
don't think those businesses are even there.
Well,
are
the artist shop's not there.
they? Yeah.
The lodge is still there because that is the
Right.
the Order of Odd Fellows. It's I can't
The
remember.
Independent Order of the
Independent.
Odd Fellows.
That was the
Yes,
word I
they
couldn't
are still there.
The Independent Order of Odd Fellows, and they are the owners of the building to the best of my recollection.
Yes.
So, okay, so then my next question was
Mhm.
where the split unit is below the window unit.
Mhm.
On that side
Here.
building, you said they're taking that split unit out and they're putting in a window?
Yes. So this split unit here will be removed and it will fill it in with the window. And that's what they're going to do the product design when they provide it to us. This one will remain and they're going to do that construction of the wooden awning to support that AC unit here.
So all they're doing is taking out the top window one and changing it out?
Correct.
Okay, and you said they do not know which type of windows yet, but that will come back.
And it will, if you
Staff.
approve it
Oh,
with
staff
staff review. So as long as they do not change any of the major like any of the dimensions and they're only changing the material, we can review it at staff level as long as you approve it with that condition.
And then the front door, you said the actual door that's off size is the one that goes into the actual Order of Fraternal, no?
This one here. So he
Okay,
has shown me,
yeah.
it actually doesn't lead anywhere
Yeah.
except to a hallway. It
Yeah.
used to be an old theater. So they just want to make it more flush because I believe their intention will be eventually to connect some of these storefronts.
Okay, I can't remember what that door went to.
Yeah, it's nothing. Right now, it leads into the old stairs where the theater used to be.
Okay. All right, anybody?
I would like to make a motion to approve
With the condition.
with the conditions.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I second that.
Okay, so we have Jaleesa. Okay, hang on one second. Let me get sure I spell your name. I did not spell your name correct. I'm so sorry. Okay, anybody opposed? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, with the conditions, okay. So motion was approved with the conditions.
Thanks,
So-
Josh.
Okay, and then I think,
The last year in new business.
that is the last thing of new business, correct? And then, hang on one second, individual board comments? Nobody, anything? Nobody?
I was driving on my way here, driving past that building and saw the signs, and I remember I was looking at them and I was like, I don't even know if those are there. And I mean, I haven't been in St. Cloud that long, but I was like, they're a bit of an eyesore. I think
Yeah.
so.
And
I'm
I
glad.
I just thought it was odd to have them on the side when they already have them on the front,
Mhm.
and the building looks good now. And then that's it. Nobody else? All right. So then our information section for our next meeting next month, May 13th. Are we going to have a workshop or will we know when we're closer?
Yes. So Christine Dalton and I have put out all of the session schedules. We'll send that to you. So the next one is going to be Historic Preservation Standards 101, just kind of getting you guys acquainted with the historic preservation standards, the technical preservation stuff. So it'll be a 101 kind of overview of what historic preservation is. We will also have a presentation done by AIRS, which is our historic preservation guidelines consultant, that they'll be showing you the draft of our historic preservation guidelines.
Okay.
Thank
That's at the next meeting?
Yes.
All right. And then nothing else, right? Meeting adjourned.
Nice job.
Yay.